Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience of working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform our most desperate hotels and B&Bs.
This is your hotel.
It's my hotel.
This is your name.
I know, it's my hotel and it's my business and it is going down the pan.
I honestly feel sick.
Now the battle-hardened hotelier is setting off on her first European campaign. This time, war is declared in neutral Switzerland.
You're saying that you don't want that market.
I haven't said I don't want the market. I'm not sure actually how well that works here.
I'm going to insist that we set up this room the way that I envisaged it, and he can like it or bloody lump it.
You're obviously sensitive about your design.
I'm not sensitive about my design. Talking to him is like trying to grasp hold of water.
1 hour from Geneva, straddling the Swiss and French Alps, is one of Europe's largest ski areas, the Porte du Soleil. With 25 million visitors last year, it's a hotelier's paradise.
Bonjour Francis, Hôtel du Repos. Ça va?
After more than a decade of successfully running a small B&B in London, Brits Michael and Liz Callis purchased the 14-bedroom Hôtel du Repos in the Swiss village of Baldur.
So exciting! Oh, it's lovely.
They dreamed of long days on the piste.
Love it! Yes!
And long nights on the schnapps.
Cheers.
But 1 year on, they find themselves on a very slippery slope.
This hotel was number 26, which actually is my lucky number. And then they changed it, sadly, to number 13.
Liz and Michael's bad fortune began with the staff.
In the first year, there was a resistance to Liz and myself. We had staff who definitely identified with the previous owner and didn't want to stay, and they've gone.
The couple have had to employ a whole new front-of-house team.
Hello, Hôtel du Repos?
Far from enjoying a snow-capped semi-retirement, they've been buried by an avalanche of work.
Why is it so smoky?
Liz, don't do that. Keep it closed.
No.
We're nothing with the smoking. Don't be silly.
I went skiing last year 5 times. I think it was 5 afternoons. I'm working morning, noon and night. My mother did actually say, I didn't bring my daughter up to alpines.
Despite Liz and Michael's extra work, occupancy rates are peaking at a paltry 35%, even in high season.
No, it's quite quiet now, very quiet tonight.
If you were saying the only way you measure success is have you made a profit in the first year, the answer is no, we haven't, we've made a loss. That means it's not successful.
When Michael said we'd lost money, I sort of felt terribly upset. Why? Why when we've worked so hard, and how could that happen? The hotel's just crashing, excuse me. I woke up this morning and I thought, what are we really doing here? I won't cry, it's all right. I won't cry.
Liz and Michael must turn things around urgently before their dreams of a Swiss Shangri-La turn into a mountain of misery.
It is going to work. So yeah, we're going to make sure of that.
It has to work.
They've sent an SOS to the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run award-winning hotels all over the world. Liz and Michael are counting on her to pull them back from the precipice.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Bonjour. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming.
Hello,
Welcome.
Alex.
I'm Alex, yeah, hi.
I'm Liz, very nice. Very lovely to meet you. Hello.
It's nice to see the place is jumping.
Yes, it is. It is really lively.
It's
really lively, absolutely.
Really lively. The whole village is here.
Are you happy for us to sit down straight away and
Delighted.
do
Absolutely.
an initial chat
Yeah,
so
I
that
think
you
so.
can put me in the picture?
Yeah.
Right.
Lovely.
Fine.
So what was the dream then?
Having a business and at the same time having the chance to live here and have a hotel that effectively can run itself and give us the freedom and the enjoyment that we would like out of here.
Do you feel like the locals have been supportive?
No. I gave my all to every single customer here, and I just tried so hard to make it perfect and work. And I just thought that after the input that we had both put in, I would have thought it would have been a huge success.
So we have to try and make sure that it works well enough for you not to up sticks and walk away.
No, I won't walk away. Oh no, I can't walk away. I've got to sort of win. I've got to prove to Michael and myself that we can do it.
First to face the hotel inspector's scrutiny are the Du Repos' deserted guest rooms.
The whole room looks appealing. I like it. There's 2 bedside lights, 2 bedside tables, slightly dodgy taste in art. Nice big bathroom, only a shower, not a bath. And it's well lit, so I don't have too many complaints.
The bedrooms are up to scratch for the target market of skiers and their families. But there's trouble in store downstairs.
Temporary staff you have to be bloody tough with, because otherwise there's shit all over you from the great fit.
When I arrived here, I thought everybody was wonderful and everybody's very sweet and very giving and very lovely, and they're not.
But what you're doing is you're employing a dog and you're barking yourself.
British couple Liz and Michael Callis bought the Hotel du Repos in the Swiss Alps a year ago. But their dream of an easy life abroad is going downhill fast.
I think it's probably the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life.
Despite being located in one of the busiest ski areas in Europe, their hotel is like a mountainside Mare Celeste.
I just want it to be full and exciting and happy, and that's what I want.
Yes. But okay.
And it's not.
They've called on hotel inspector Alex Polizzi to help turn around their fortunes. Having discovered the guest rooms are fit for purpose, Alex continues her investigation with lunch in the hotel's rustic bistro.
I don't think you want that. I mean, it's lovely assiette Valesian, but it's a bit indigestion, I think.
Salmon. Salmon's good.
Do you like salmon? It's steamed.
Lovely. Sounds nice and
With
healthy.
vegetables or with salad?
With vegetables.
And chips?
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
Can I ask you something else? I see
You
that
can.
there's lots of workmen here. Do you do a set meal
Yes.
for them? How many of them do you normally have in? of them?
Lots. Many more than today.
The local lunchtime market is vital to the Du Repos' survival. Unlike skiers or walkers, locals can offer income all year round. Alex wants to know why numbers are dwindling. Is it the food, the service, or the owners?
Après, ensuite, c'est le saumon, poché, exactement. I know it sounds terribly simple, but did you say with salad?
No, I said with vegetables.
Okay, right. Sarah, will you ask Alex if she'd like some rice with her salmon? I think, alors, attends, or some barley.
Rice or some barley with your salad.
No. No, I'm having it with vegetables.
Vegetables, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can we have a fork, please, somebody?
Her lunch finally arrives. Alex grills her neighbouring diners.
À manger le menu. Ici, c'est bien, c'est bonne qualité pour l'argent qu'il demande. Ouais. I was asking this nice gentleman in the purple shirt whether he was local. He is. He works next door. He comes here at least twice a week for lunch. And they've just put up the prices from 18 francs here to 20 francs. He's not thrilled about the price rise, but no one ever is.
The price hike from around £10.50 to £12 could explain the exodus of lunching locals. But Liz sees little point in trying to woo her Swiss neighbours.
C'est trop? C'est trop. D'accord.
When I arrived here, I thought everybody was wonderful and everybody's very sweet and very giving and very lovely, and they're not.
We're strangers, but we're aliens.
But it's not the locals that are driving the hotel inspector cuckoo.
I don't think it's appropriate for the staff to be sitting at the bar. They're either here and they're working, or they shouldn't be here. I think it gives a kind of sloppy impression to the place, and I think it already suggests to me that Liz isn't firm enough about rules and regulations. You can be nice to staff, but temporary staff you have to be bloody tough with, because otherwise they shit all over you from a great fit.
Liz and Michael have hired 6 new front-of-house staff for the ski season. They're allowed to relax at the bar when it's quiet and encouraged to wear their own clothes.
Alex, this is another member of our staff, Elise. Elise?
Very nice to meet
Alex.
you.
Her things that she wears. Love it. So she's with Cécile, Jenny and Sophie. Merci. À bientôt.
Despite having ample staff, Liz is still doing much of the work. Her first day in Switzerland has given Alex food for thought. Tomorrow, the hotel inspector will give Liz and Michael her verdict.
I don't care what criticism I'm told, I will take it all as constructive. And whatever I'm told, I will do.
A new day. Time for the full continental. And the waitress has a strangely familiar face.
Bonjour, Madame Polizzi.
Bonjour.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. Tea or coffee?
Coffee. Thank you, Liz. Liz is the kind of person who would be down here if she wanted to make sure that someone was being looked after. I don't think she has full confidence in her staff at all. So, obviously, that's something I've got to tackle.
Next to the bistro is the hotel's formal dining room, complete with stunning valley vistas. Alex thinks she spotted a missed opportunity.
This is the room next to the bar, and it's got the prettiest views in all the hotel. But, first of all, it's a bit too smart for the rest of the operation. And secondly, it looks dramatically underused. I've never seen anyone eat in here yet.
It's time for the hotel inspector to confront Liz and Michael. First up, the way they manage their seasonal staff.
The most obvious thing that I've noticed here, the blindingly obvious, is the lack of professionalism of the staff. What you're doing is you're employing a dog and you're barking yourself. You shouldn't be serving breakfast. You don't need to be serving breakfast, whether it's to me or to anyone else. You know, I don't think it's correct that they sit at the bar smoking cigarettes. When I was at lunch here yesterday, there was a gentleman who was very upset because he'd asked 3 times for his bill and his bill hadn't come. Now, he knew that those girls worked here. He doesn't know they're on a break, that they're not supposed to be here. So as far as he's concerned, he's being ignored. Also, I think that there has to be a minimum dress code for your staff, that whether you like that tall girl style or not, to me, it looks very underdressed. You don't want someone to be fashionable who's serving you. You don't care. You want them to be efficient. I don't want to come into a bar and wonder who I'm supposed to ask for an order. So some way of noting that they work here would be quite helpful. The boundaries are too blurred. I think with short-term staff, you have to lay down the rules immediately, and then you can be nice to them 3 months down the line. But in the beginning, they're going to take you for a ride.
Next, the question of the set lunch menu.
You don't want to price yourselves out of a local market. I would rather have workmen in eating where I make 2 francs profit and having a few people in there who are enjoying themselves and making it busy and also making it seem authentic. to the people who come and visit.
And last but far from least, for a hotel with 14 bedrooms, Alex has spotted a large omission.
What you don't have anywhere is anywhere for residents to sit. Lovely as that is, and kind of atmospheric as it is, it's not very comfy. I mean, if you think it becomes dark at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they come back here, they've got nowhere really to hang out, apart from their rooms. This has the best views, and it's being massively underused, as far as I can see. What I would like is to see a kind of quite modern, low tables and couches, and not have... I'd like to not make this so formal.
Alex has made it clear things have to change at the Hotel du Repos, and Liz, at least, seems receptive.
I hope that when you next come back, it will be positioned like that, and certainly get these boundaries done.
It's time to put Alex's blueprint into action. If Liz and Michael are ever to step back and enjoy their new life, their staff will need firmer management. Uniforms will make them look and feel more like professionals. Unlike tourists, the locals offer potential year-round income, so they shouldn't be overlooked. Michael must reconsider the rise in the set menu price. Finally, the formal dining room needs to be replaced with a cosy lounge for both weary skiers and locals alike. Only then can Alex begin to tackle the low occupancy rates.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a good trip.
Bye.
I thought that Alex's suggestions were extremely constructive. She really has helped the bits that are wrong to become right. And then you next come back, I'm sure, hopefully, a lot of them will be done. And Michael?
I'm not sure I can add anything to that. I think that's about the complete answer.
Having listened to the hotel inspector's advice, Liz and Michael decide to call a staff meeting to implement her new, smarter, stricter regime.
They're terribly tactile and warm and sweet. They're very kind, and I've got no problems about having a meeting with them at all. I'll just tell them what I've listed down, and then hopefully things will start to work like clockwork, as they should in Switzerland.
And we've got some uniforms, so I will show you the uniforms. And we've got to decide which days we're going to be wearing them and what your ideas are. Oops. I've got grey waistcoats for everybody.
The meeting starts positively.
C'est chic, hein?
But at the first sniff of rebellion, Liz and Michael do little to resist.
What do you think of that?
Il n'y a pas besoin d'être habillé classe.
It's not necessary behind the bar to be that classy. I would tend to agree with you.
The other thing that the hotel inspector said, l'autre chose, was that we had all our staff in the bar, sitting on the bar stools with their computers,
not doing that anymore.
and it didn't look like a proper business place. Il avoue.
This time, before anyone even has the chance to object.
But it's okay when it's calm. It's only when lots of people want to come and drink that there's a problem. Bien sûr.
Liz buckles.
Thank you.
I don't think it's necessary for this hotel to dress up really smart every day. It doesn't seem right with the atmosphere.
I think it went very well. I think the staff are adorable. When one of the girls arrived, somebody told me that she had attitude problems. I don't think any of them have got attitude problems.
J'aime pas les uniformes. Je déteste les uniformes.
She doesn't like the uniform.
Ma classe.
It seems it's not just the staff who fail to see the importance of the uniforms.
Discipline's important, because if you don't have discipline, you don't have a business. But I don't think a uniform necessarily would actually improve profit margins.
After a half-hearted attempt to take the upper hand, the hotel inspector has yet more mountains to climb, especially with Michael.
I don't think that Liz or myself believe that there's been a fundamental recommendation which says you're going to improve turnover, margin, occupancy yet.
A month has passed since Alex first visited Baldur. It's January, the height of the Swiss ski season.
Now it's been some weeks since Alex has been here, and it seems that it's getting better, definitely.
Liz seems confident, but how much of the hotel inspector's advice have they really followed?
Hi, bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Bien, vous?
Oui, très bien, merci. Les et Michael sont ici?
Ils sont dans les appartements, je peux les appeler s'il vous plaît?
OK, merci. So, no sign of uniforms yet.
That's the first of the hotel inspector's requests ignored. Next, she wanted Michael and Liz to introduce a stylish, modern lounge where the formal dining room had once been.
It's not quite what I was thinking. There's a lot more tables than I expected here too.
The mishmash of furniture tacked onto the end of the dining room is way off the mark. The last part of the plan was to win back the locals. Michael and Liz have failed to agree that raising the set menu from 18 Swiss francs to 20 may be keeping the locals away.
It's quiet in here, isn't it? I wonder if it's because the hotel across the square is now open, and I wonder if some of their workmen have gone over there for their lunches. Hello. Oh, how are you?
Lovely to see you.
Thank you. How lovely to see you too.
Switzerland.
How are you? How's everything going?
Yes, quite well, thank you. Yes.
I see you decided against the uniform.
Frankly, it almost looked a little bit too formal, particularly during the day.
Well, I see it's emptier in here. Do you know why?
Largely due to the fact that last year we had an enormous amount of building work going on in the village.
And it's nothing to do with the hotel across the way being open again?
No, in fact, that's always been open. The only thing across the road is they just don't open 7 days a week.
Right. Well, I'm feeling a little bit frustrated at the moment because I thought they were inviting me in because they were worried about how empty they are. Well, they're still empty and they're still being relentlessly cheerful. I honestly feel like they just don't want to be honest with me about what the business is like. They don't want to come over as being naive or foolish in any way. But that means that I can't help them.
Will Alex ever be able to break through Michael's ice-cool exterior?
I'm not sure actually how well that works here.
I'm going to insist that we set up this room the way that I envisaged it, and he can like it or bloody lump it.
Or is she just yodeling in the wind?
Talking to him is like trying to grasp hold of water. Ah! Ah! Ah!
British hoteliers Liz and Michael Callis bought the Hotel du Repos in the Swiss chocolate box village of Baldur 12 months ago. They dreamt of living the high life in the mountains. But far from being able to sit back and enjoy the view, they found themselves snowed under.
The previous staff that we took on said they would do all the cleaning down here, and I've been 2 days getting all the rubbish out.
For little reward.
If you were saying the only way you measure success is have you made a profit in the first year, the answer is no, we haven't, we've made a loss. That means it's not successful.
Award-winning hotelier Alex Polizzi is on a mountain rescue mission, but she's struggling to get her message across. Convinced they've had a frosty reception from their Swiss neighbours, Michael and Liz are struggling to attract local diners. They've even raised the price of the once popular set lunch menu. The hotel inspector decides to check out the competition across the square to see if they are busier. At the Communal, the lunch is 2 francs cheaper. The evidence is compelling. Alex must convince Michael and Liz to drop their prices and start taking the local markets seriously.
Well, I didn't bring you out here today just as an excuse to get out into lovely sunshine. I brought you out to remind you of the 1,600 people who live in this valley, as you told me, who are some of your potential clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I did go and check in the hotel opposite, and there were about 20 workmen in there.
Were
so,
there?
why do you think that is?
Gosh.
Well, I'm not sure whether the one reason is that our menu is 20 francs and theirs is 18.
Yeah, but I can't honestly believe that you lose money on 18 francs because you still have a chef in the bloody kitchen and you still have a waitress in the restaurant. It's possible to make a margin on anything, isn't it? It just depends what you serve.
Well, I'd much prefer to be full for less, but that's what I said. I said when you put the prices up, that's what I said. But it's something that you wanted to, you decided that we had to do it.
And what I want to remind you is that there's still 1,600 people.
But with
here.
respect, the 1,600 are not the people we're discussing in the communal today.
No, but you're saying that they're not and you don't want that market. Well, then you have to find another market to replace it.
I haven't said I don't want the market. I'm interested in having as much as possible.
You've said to me that you made a decision to put up the menu to 20 francs because you weren't making your margin,
yes.
which is fine. So you either do that, either put it back down and you have some workers back, or you have the menu up and you make an effort to try and get some customers from another customer base.
Yes.
I don't think they're ever going to come to us, the local people.
I just don't understand, if everything's so fine, why they bloody invited me here to try and help them. They're not interested in anything I've got to say. Talking to him is like trying to grasp hold of water. Ah!
Back at the hotel, Alex turns to the problem of the stuffy, formal dining room. After seeing Liz and Michael's disappointing efforts, she's come up with a design of her own.
The lounge. I would like to make it more of a sitting area. These are your existing sofas, and we're suggesting adding a few tub chairs. I'd like to add a banquette all the way along the back wall and use your existing table so that if you have a big party, for example, 14 people, they can all sit in what is essentially a private dining room.
That's a lovely idea, I think.
I think it's absolutely delightful to have a proper seating area. And the other thing as well, Adrian, I don't also have so much of a problem in saying to people, I'm terribly sorry, we're full. We're full.
Michael is happy with one of Alex's suggestions. Could this be a turning point for the hotel inspector?
All day I've been feeling that what I said on my last visit has been completely ignored. They've made no attempt at all to change anything about how they were running the hotel. But finally, I think I see a difference. Michael actually wrote some notes during this conversation. I suppose I'm going to have to wait till my next visit to see if any of it has really sunk in.
Alex heads back to Britain. But a few days later, the peace treaty between her and Michael is looking shaky.
Hi, since we met, we have considered the plan and now believe we should remove the banquette seating idea and make use of existing tables and chairs to give more dining space without compromising the overall plan of the lounge.
This email's from Michael Callis, and as usual, since he last saw me face to face, he's changed his mind.
We've reflected on the scheme. We think the scheme's very good. We just feel that it can be adjusted to give us more of what we want without in any way compromising the design.
So now I'm finding it very frustrating that when we're face to face, he says yes, 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 and then the moment that I walk away, I get no, no, no.
A fortnight later, and Alex is on her way back to Val d'Illiers. But after Michael's hostile email, are the hotel inspector's plans for the lounge up in the alpine air?
Hello.
Hello.
I have a van full of your lounge furniture.
Oh,
Crikey.
excellent. Can we have a look?
Your sitting room.
Oh, wow.
I did get your email,
Thank you.
and I decided to ignore some bits of it. I thought that
We'd agreed on a principle when we were face to face. Now, I understand you wanted a bit more seating, so I've provided for a little more seating. But I did think that the banquette was essential to bring the room together. Now, let's go, Frisco.
A lounge will be a major new element for the Du Repos. Having somewhere for hotel guests to relax after a hard day on the pistes will be a huge help in attracting tourists.
Can you take another cushion, Liz? Yeah.
Alex wants to create a multifunctional space with stylish and relaxed seating, still allowing for Michael's dining area.
I love this rug. I think I'm going to sleep on this rug. I love it. Love the material, the whole thing.
While Liz senses a change in their fortunes, the design isn't winning over Michael.
Would it work just as well if the banquette seating was at this end rather than at that end?
Well, I've designed the lounge so that people can sit around that fire, and I would like very much that we at least initially set up the lounge as I envisaged it.
Right,
Okay.
fine.
So, we trust you. You're going to have to, don't
Okay. Yeah, well, no, the answer is the honest answer is I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm not being negative about it.
I find Michael just incredibly irritating, and I'm finding it quite hard to keep my temper. Now, I'm going to insist that we set up this room the way that I envisaged it, and he can like it or bloody lump it, as far as I'm concerned. You've got the arm end, so...
Right,
that end.
swing it around here. All that this will do is give us effectively seating for 14.
But we could actually have another table in here if you'd like to. You could actually separate out so that you could just do 4 and then another 4 there.
Well, however much you move the tables, effectively you've got a combination of 6 people, if you like, sitting together.
Well, I don't agree with you, actually. Having run a lot of restaurants, I think it's extremely acceptable for 2 people to be sitting here, 2 people to be sitting opposite, or it can be all put together and be used for 14.
Right. I'm not sure actually how well that works here. That's all.
It's perfectly acceptable, Michael.
Well, on the other hand, of course, if you turn them round effectively a rectangle, you could have one of the banquette in that direction and one of the banquette in this direction, still have 2 tables, and you'd still have your...
I know, but it would look horrible. I do absolutely do not see what your problem is.
Yes.
But while I'm here, I completely refuse to... You can ruin my design by having 2 tables shoved in a corner and put this way.
No, I recognise you've done a lot of work and a lot of thought in terms of, as you said, you know, you're obviously sensitive about your design.
I'm not sensitive about my design. I just think that you're being kind of quite blinkered about the way that you look at how people sit. What I've tried to give you is a pretty multifunctional room, which you didn't have before.
Yes.
Michael may be unsure about the concept, but where there was once a stuffy, often empty dining room, there now stands an inviting new lounge. Deep sofas, modern rugs and low tables tick the boxes, while leaving an elegant space for dining. At last, hotel guests will have a place to relax and socialise. Next, Alex wants to address the thorny issue of the locals. She's wondering if the British are really as unwelcome as they fear.
Those 2 very charming gentlemen said that they're very fond of Liz and Michael, that they're pleased they're here, and that the only reason that more people, more locals don't frequent them is because they've put the prices up, and the Communal hasn't. Do you think that they have good local support?
I think, yeah. It's not easy, really, if you come from outside here to get well with people.
Now there's just the small question of persuading Liz and Michael.
I have been out and about talking to people, talking to locals about you, about the hotel. There is a universal liking for you both.
Oh.
Yes, Liz, there is. And your paranoia must cease, young lady. It really must. But I would very much like, when I next come back, that we have a little drinks party, A, to introduce some people to the new lounge, and B, to show everybody that you're here to stay, which I think is something that has enormous resonance here.
The party could help build bridges and attract more local business. Finally, it's time to unveil the last phase of Alex's plan.
Right, well, I know I've gone on a lot about the lounge and this room and how we needed to change it, but there was method in my madness. I've arranged for some people who organise short breaks, adventure breaks in Chompery and the surrounding area, and who are always looking for hotel rooms for their guests to come and inspect the hotel.
Oh, excellent. Oh, thank you.
It's very exciting.
Alex hopes that with their 15 years in the business, the Winter Adventure Company will be impressed with the changes and bring in a whole new set of potential customers.
Have a good flight. Bye.
Thank you, bye.
But will Liz and Michael actually follow the hotel inspector's guidelines? Success or failure is now down to them.
Oops. I'll kill myself on the Hoover.
They start off taking the looming visit seriously.
Yes, I think there's plenty of cupboard space in here.
Even the staff, working like a freshly waxed pair of skis, are in uniform. The day arrives for the inspection. With the ski company on board, the hotel would be given a huge boost.
I think we have a very nice product here, and I'm sure that he will. And, you know, chacun a son goût. I mean, each and everybody has different ideas and what they like and what they don't like. So I think he's going to like it. And if he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, hi, John from the Winter Adventure Company.
Hi,
nice to meet you.
Hi,
Nice to meet you
nice
too.
to meet you too.
John and his business are in need of more hotel rooms in the area for his clients. The Hotel du Repos could be the answer, but will it meet his company's impeccable standards? And can Michael stretch to selling the new lounge?
So this presumably would be an area where people would come and have a cup of tea after skiing or just relax, have a drink.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
It's important for the residents to have a place where they can obviously sit down and relax, whether it's sometime during the day or in the evening.
If they did come and stay here, I know they would be very interested in a half-board option, a 3-course set menu or something.
I think we can manage it.
For groups, certainly, more difficult for individuals in the sense of
Yeah, we can
what
do
do we
it.
order?
We can do it for groups. Of course we can.
Obviously, you guys can show me the rooms. It'd be fantastic.
We're delighted to do that. Thank you very much. Yes, let's go
Okay.
through this way. Thank you.
When my friend Bobby stayed here last year, she opened the door at 7 o'clock in the morning. She looked over here, she looked over here, and she went, ah! Woke up the whole hotel. It was lovely. Thank you very much.
Overall, I liked the hotel. I really liked Michael and Liz. I thought they were absolutely charming. I would really like to speak to my partner before I make a decision about whether we could work with him or not. I think he would like me to speak to him as well about it.
It's now a waiting game for Liz and Michael. Have they done enough to win over the Adventure Company?
I've got news from John.
And on party night, will the British couple be shunned by their Swiss neighbours? It's March, and in Switzerland, the ski season is nearly over. Liz and Michael, the British owners of the Hotel du Repos, began with tiny occupancy rates and an enormous workload. After a fraught first year of all work and no play, Liz has stepped back and let her staff take the strain.
Yes!
And they're rising to the challenge.
I don't feel so confident on the ski slopes because it's been a long time, but confident in staff, yes.
At last, Liz can start to live the alpine dream she came for.
I'm back at Liz and Michael's hotel for the last time. We've got the big party tonight, which I hope they're properly prepared for, and I've got the news that they've been expecting.
With the party for the locals just hours away, Liz is advertising the special soiree.
Hi, Liz.
Hey! Oh, hi, Alex.
How's everything been going?
Very well, very nice, very busy.
And is Michael well?
Michael's upstairs, yes. At
Can I
the
go?
computer, yeah.
I'll go and give him a kiss.
Go on.
All right.
It's okay.
Michael!
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. And how are you?
Very well. How is everything?
Very good. Excellent, thank you.
What are you doing here?
I'm about to put the flag out.
Are you looking forward to this evening?
I am, absolutely. I hope we're going to have a good crowd.
So you're feeling positive?
Extremely.
Well, I must say, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, so am I. Shall have a good evening.
All right, Michael, thank you.
Thank you.
A good start with Liz and Michael. Alex heads to the bar to lend a hand. She's delighted to find the staff are looking and acting more professionally.
Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Moins cher pour les ouvriers.
Liz and Michael are running the business like proprietors. They've even introduced a cheaper 15 franc set lunch option.
Bonne journée, au revoir, merci, au revoir.
The party is going to be in the lounge, once the location of one of her and Michael's more lively discussions. Now, under candlelight, it looks stunning and is ready for the staff to work their magic.
Team!
Hello!
Oh, this looks wonderful. There's lots of people outside. Il y a beaucoup de monde.
Oui.
On commence à travailler.
Allez, c'est parti.
Bien?
On y va.
Good, good. Go, go. Comment allez-vous?
Ça va bien, merci.
Chin chin. À votre santé, merci beaucoup.
À votre santé. Santé. They think it's very nice here. This is a special evening, and they said a very special evening for a beautiful room.
The steady stream of local guests is bringing the hotel to life, and the feedback couldn't be better.
Santé. Vous aimez bien le salon?
Oui, j'aime bien cette chose.
This gentleman has said that before this was a dead space. He would never have come in here. It's a lot better than it was before. Parfait, merci beaucoup.
The evening is a roaring success. Even Michael appears pleased.
It would be our really sincere hope and wish that we have made people happy this evening. And I think from the noise and the buzz,
It's lovely.
I think so. I hope so.
Thank you so much, Alex.
3 months ago, when the hotel inspector first arrived in Switzerland, Liz and Michael feared their dream hotel was overrunning their lives. Now, things are looking up at the Hotel du Repos.
I mean, when I first came here, one of the things that you talked about was the difficulty of achieving a work-life balance. Liz was much more
I'm a completely
nervy.
different person.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Dol?
Yes, absolutely. I think that the team's much better in place now, and I feel very relaxed about leaving them to get on with it. It certainly runs very well without us.
So I've also got news from John of the Winter Adventure company, who said that he loved the hotel, but specifically he's definitely going to use you for his ski clinics. So he's planning on doing about 10 weeks worth of ski clinics, a week at a time, with about 6 people involved on every occasion.
Well, that's lovely.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank
Thank
you. Well,
you.
that'd be really excellent.
Well, hopefully another 60 rooms sold is never something to sniff at.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Good.
Thank you.
I have found this hotel particularly testing, but I'm relieved to see that Liz and Michael are finally starting to implement some of my suggestions. And I honestly believe that I've set them on a good track to have a much more successful season next year.